Welcome to the Champagne Society. We believe every mama deserves a break and some bubbly. And normalizing the struggle of the mama juggle reminds us we're always doing better than we think, and we're in this together. I'm your host, Gervase Kolmos, mom of three and certified mindset coach for moms. Each week, we'll be having unfiltered conversations with other inspiring entrepreneurial moms to hear their real life moments and lessons learned on what it actually takes to make it motherhood and instead of motherhood or. Pour yourself a drink and lock yourself in the bathroom because I have a potty mouth and I never have just one glass of wine. As my 4-year-old says,
let's talk about important things.
Hi guys, I want to start by letting you know about my first digital course, Becoming, that begins January 11th. Designed to serve a mama with any number of littles and delivered via 6 modules over 6 weeks, this course walks you through lessons and coaching exercises designed to help you become on the other side of motherhood. Structured on my own life experience as a mom of 3 and having challenges and lessons learned after each baby. This is created around the 6 pillars I believe a mama needs to understand and embody for her own rite of passage into upleveling. The 6 pillars that I will teach on are intuition, identity, self-love, relationships, ambition, and mindset. And each week we'll dive into a pillar to unpack what keeps women stuck and DIY coaching exercises to break free. There's even 5 VIP slots for women looking for more one-on-one support from me during the 6-week program to integrate more fully and dive into questions, specific challenges, and goal setting. Head on over to gervasekolmos.com to learn more about that program and join us. And as always, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm at Gervase Kolmos, GervaseKolmos, with any specific questions you have about the program. Now, for our solo episode. So I was feeling like doing a solo episode because as I am mapping out the content for Becoming and recording this mid-December, like we can just officially say it's the holiday season, and I'm noticing several themes coming up for myself and the women that I'm working with, and even just friends, people in my community. So I love the holidays, and they tend to bring challenges of additional logistical challenges with family, new triggers, burnout, overwhelm, not enoughness comes up, comparison comes up. So I wanted to share a process that I use to help mitigate the very common human stress that comes during this time, and the very human mistake of falling out of alignment into stress and scarcity and story and victimhood. So if you have found yourself during this time, or ever really, deep in overwhelm, comparing yourself to what I call the Father Christmas mothers of social media, I thought that was clever. Feeling guilt or shame because you should be more grateful, you should be doing more as a mom, or if you can only see evidence of what you lack instead of what you have, this, is totally okay. You're a human. Just chill out. It happens to all of us. But also, this is data. This is a red flag that you have fallen out of alignment and you are in what I call a spiral. All my clients, all my girls, they know when you have a spiral, not a problem, but it's just helpful to even acknowledge when you are in these negative thought patterns of victimhood, story, guilt, shoulding, blame, that you're in a spiral. So when you're in a spiral, you have an opportunity to redirect. And you get better and better the more you do this. But one of the quickest ways out of a spiral that I know that I practice and preach and teach is to redirect your attention back to receiving. And I'm not saying gratitude, I'm saying receiving. And I really want to give credit to one of my mentors, Shauna Van Bogart, who first introduced this concept to me in a way that I could actually wrap my head around and really understand. Obviously gratitude is not new, but the way that she taught me receiving is part of how I'm going to teach it to you today. So I just want to say, Shauna Van Bogart, go check her out. She's an amazing coach. And now on to receiving. So receiving is an easily accessible way to shift out of lack, scarcity, jealousy, overwhelm, negative self-talk, you name it. You can shift any negative emotion, thought process, experience that you're having into a more positive state of mind. So obviously this is like a superpower, an amazing weapon, a tool every woman needs in her toolkit. So let's explore how to do that. Because if it was very easy, we would all be doing it all the time and none of us would ever have a negative thought. The thing is, to really embody this concept, you first have to discern the difference between the cliche gratitude and receiving, because we get things all the time that we don't actually feel grateful for. We get things all the time that we don't properly receive. Case in point, like a friend sees you and she compliments your outfit and you like deflect and say something self-deprecating. You're not receiving the compliment. Your partner says like, oh my God, you still look so beautiful after 3 kids. We're talking about me. And we brush them off telling them like, I'm old now. I'm ugly and old. So you're not receiving that compliment from your partner. So obviously you're not going to feel grateful for it because you can't even receive it. Another one that happens a lot is with money. Like you might get, I don't know, like a tax refund for $5,000 comes in the mail, but then that month you perpetuate this narrative where you go around saying they haven't made any money this month because you have to make the money for it to count. You have to make it. Meanwhile, you just received a $5,000 check, regardless of where it came from. You're obviously not like anchoring into the receiving of that money because you're too busy complaining about the other money that you haven't made in the way that you wanted to make it. So just examples that like you get things all of the time that you don't receive. So getting and receiving are 2 totally different things. And gratitude and receiving are 2 totally different things. So to first properly receive, you must be open to the idea that you are getting things all the time that you are not actually receiving. So this is good because it means you have a choice. You're not powerless in this scenario. We'll get into how you're getting things all the time, whether you see it or not. But you have to make a choice to step up out of victimhood and into abundance if you want to feel what it feels like to receive. And you have to make a choice to step out of the constant barrage of thoughts telling you you're not enough and you don't have enough into an empowered state of receiving where you genuinely believe the universe, God, your creator, source, whatever you want to call it, is constantly sending you gifts that you can either receive or pass over. And I know this could be really tough for a lot of people, and we're getting a little bit into the realm of woo, but I know that a lot of the women in my community are very spiritual. And a lot of you know that I'm very spiritual, and we have different like languages of spirituality, but it's all the same. The point is, gifts are constantly coming your way that you don't receive. And until you shift your mindset into truly seeing and believing the proof that constantly abundance is coming your way, you will not be able to properly receive. So that's why one of the first keys to receiving is to recognize that you're getting things all the time that you're not actually receiving. Again, you're getting things all the time that you're not actually receiving. And to recognize that you have the opportunity to receive things every single day. So another discernment I make between gratitude and receiving is gratitude describes my awareness of having something. So to me, it almost feels like an adjective these days with no meat behind it, kind of like self-care, like, what does it mean? How do we do it? How do we make it mean something for us? Like common examples of how I see gratitude used is, I am grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my house. But this is hard to feel in your body. These examples are very surface level. They're very generic. And so your subconscious mind, you might know on a conscious level, yes, I'm grateful for my house. Yes, subconscious. I mean, on the conscious level, I am grateful for my family. But you have to convince your subconscious mind that this stuff feels good. You have to really feel it in your body to receive. So gratitude, I don't think really gets to the meat of it. And so this is an invitation to dive deeper. Receiving describes my feeling of getting something. So there is an action required by me. So sometimes when I'm trying to embody this, I imagine holding out my hands while a specific, Jesus, I just added a T to the end of specific. Anyway, holding out my hands while a specific gift is being dropped into them and me catching it and saying thank you. And yes, imagery is really powerful in communicating with your subconscious mind. Yes, saying words while associating them with a visual picture is really powerful in priming your subconscious mind. And that's what we want to do. So better examples, if you're trying to like, oh, I'm trying to, drop into gratitude, but you're like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know what that means. I don't know. A better example would be this week for me, I received my husband stepping up because I didn't sleep. Because I didn't feel well. I received my husband letting me sleep in and joyfully without any even semblance of guilt. I received my husband cooking our family meals while I didn't feel well. I received the look in my daughter's eyes when I did something silly and I could see her kind of delighting in my silliness. This is like a little thing that me and my daughter have, right? And I can tell when I am really in my mama power and I'm just like being myself and shining because I see this look in her eyes. And then I just soak it up. I like drink it in because it's so just this most delicious gift that could so easily just be overlooked. Or even after I literally just felt bad for like 6 days and like waking up feeling energized, I received that, right? So you can see the difference, right? Between I am grateful for my family and I received a delightful, joyous, loving look in my daughter's eyes when I did something silly, right? That feels really different in your body. And so here is a little exercise you can do on your own, a little DIY from home exercise if you want to practice receiving. First, you're going to make a list weekly of all of the gifts you have received. Like literally have a running list weekly. And then when you are able to set aside some quiet time, sometimes I do this right before I go to bed when I'm having trouble falling asleep. This is a great way to distract your brain, or in the morning, the first thing I think of when I wake up. So when you can find a quiet space of just a few minutes, you're going to close your eyes, relax, and visualize the getting and the having of each one of those gifts. You're going to literally visualize yourself holding out your hands, receiving whatever the specific gift is that you were given, that was sent to you this week. And you're going to imagine catching it and saying, thank you. You're going to feel the gratitude well up inside your body. You're going to feel that energy vibrating through your body as you receive that gift and say, thank you. You're anchoring into the receiving with the words thank you during this visualization. The other thing that's really powerful about this visualization, and really any visualization, is this ties into the idea of hypnosis. So many of you probably know I have been trained in hypnotherapy. And the first thing that you learn about hypnotherapy is it's a relaxed state of concentration focused on a goal. And the reason for this is when your conscious mind is super relaxed, you can send information to the subconscious to help you reach a goal. So if your goal is to feel gratitude in your body and recognize all of the gifts that you were given and really, embody gratitude, because again, this is like kind of a intangible concept, then first you want to get your mind into a relaxed state. You almost want to get yourself into a state of hypnosis, like a self-induced state of hypnosis, which is just like relaxing, like really setting the intention. I'm going to visualize one by one and then prime your subconscious mind while it's relaxed and focused on this positive intention of gratitude. You want to prime it to convey that message so that you genuinely believe you are always receiving gifts. Like once you can see proof of all of these gifts coming to you, once your subconscious mind is being primed to see like, oh my gosh, look at all this evidence, of, things showing up for me this week, not exactly how I asked for them, but they're nonetheless, then you can see like you're always receiving gifts, and it automatically shifts your brain from lack to abundance. It gets you focusing on what you're getting instead of on what you're lacking. It gets you focused on what you're getting instead of focused on what you're lacking. And that small shift changes everything in how you feel, because what you focus on expands. What you focus on, you make more of. And so if you're focused on all the things going wrong, then you're going to get more of that. So amazing, accessible trick for shifting from lack to abundance, from the common, mommy pain points during the holidays of overwhelm, burnout, comparison, all of those things into your empowered place of, oh my God, look at all of the things I received this week. Look at all of the gifts the universe sent me that I am receiving happily. Thank you. Thank you. More, please. And you just build on that and get stronger and stronger and stronger. It's amazing. So try this. Let me know how it goes. If you do it on Instagram and you're trying something, like, please tag me at Gervase Kolmos. I would love to see and reshare, because we need to really give permission to other women everywhere to just practice being a good receiver. Don't deflect, don't negate, don't undermine, don't like brush it off like it actually doesn't. It's not that big a deal. My husband cooks me dinner every day, so who cares if he did it today? That's his job. Okay, well, he still didn't have to do it. Okay, same as you, right? So let me know how it goes. Practice being a good receiver. And for more bite-sized coaching lessons and tips to make it motherhood and instead of motherhood or, follow along on Instagram. I share a lot of that stuff at Gervase Kolmos, like I said. And don't forget to head to my website, gervasekolmos.com. If you're ready to join the first class of becoming and rise into the woman motherhood is inviting you to be, I would love to have you join us. I'm really excited about this program. I just can't wait to like sink my teeth into this content, because I just really think it's going to change your life. So no biggie, but we are going to go into this and deeper. Okay, that's it. Till next time.